These guys are ridiculous. These guys are ridiculous.
Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with another episode of How About Them Celtics. Sam and I are here recording on, technically, it's Sunday, April 16th, but effectively, it is Saturday, April 15th. It is 1 a.m., the night after the Celtics took down the Atlanta Hawks. Now, you asked, why are you recording at 1 a.m.? Well, I went to the game, so I got home late. Sam was out doing stuff, so he got home late.
Yeah.
And you know, your next question would be like, oh, well, that's normal, Jack. I mean, you stay up late anyways. Now, you forget to remember this part. Game was at 3:30. Long commute to get in there. I usually leave for a 7:30 game. I'll leave my house at 3:30 because I want to get there early. It also takes a while to get on the tee. It also takes me 20 minutes to drive the tee. Blah blah blah, all that stuff. So I left the house today at 11. But I was so scared and nervous that I would sleep through it because that's just what my sleep schedule is, that I woke up earlier than that.
There you
go.
go.
I ended up getting up for the day at 7:30. Got breakfast with a buddy at 9:30. It was fine. However, we're recording this at 1 a.m. I am running off maybe 3 hours of sleep. I am dead. Like this is the most tired I felt in a while. But we said we would do next day pods, and I felt guilty not doing next day pods. And I mean, it was a good game to talk about anyway, so we might as well break it down. But I'm very tired. So
yeah,
this might be a low energy jackpot.
But before today, when was the last time you had breakfast? Just in general.
Oh man, like
I bet you haven't had breakfast in like 6 months.
Like breakfast food or like breakfast at breakfast time? Because like I've had Starbucks, like I've gotten Starbucks when I wake up at like 3. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't really count.
Yeah, like going out to like actual breakfast. Like you're not having pancakes.
I get.
Starbucks.
Actually, I had it at like 11-ish. I went out to brunch with my nana and my aunt like a week ago.
Oh, that's less fun.
Wait, what do you mean less fun?
Well, I thought your answer would be like, wow, like I really have a terrible sleep schedule, so I haven't had breakfast at breakfast time since
I mean
October.
Before that it's probably been months. Like
yeah.
The only time I get breakfast is when I am supposed to get breakfast with someone. And the only reason I did it today was because my friend texted me. He's like, you want to get lunch? I said, I can't go into the Celtics. Do you want to get breakfast instead? Because I'm already up. And he said, yeah, sure. And so we went to get breakfast. Breakfast, very good. We go to a local place.
What'd you have?
I got it's called the Stonebridge Skillet. It's the name of the restaurant. It is home fries, bacon, melted cheese on top. I got toast with it as well. Very good. Very, very, very good.
You don't get pancakes?
Eggs too. No, I'm not a huge pancake guy. If I'm going to get like one of the core 3, it's French toast every time. I will get French toast.
Really?
Or a chocolate chip pancake. Chocolate chip pancake goated. I was just like, I didn't finish the skillet as it is. Sometimes if I'm super hungry, I'll order the skillet and a chocolate chip pancake. But like, I wasn't gonna finish it.
See, if I'm getting rid of any of the breakfast, it's French toast. No.
Ow.
I think French toast sucks, dude. French toast is terrible.
You know what sucks? Waffles. Waffles are garbage.
See, I don't mind waffles. I think pancakes are the best. I think waffles are a fine second, but I don't think you're getting much value if you get French toast.
French toast is great.
The other two are more filling to me.
Eggy texture in there. It's great. I enjoy it. The syrup. You can get like fancy French toast. Like you can get a crunchy French toast. They coat it in like cornflakes. Very good at a breakfast place near me.
We look so tired.
I'm dead tired. I'm so dead tired. I mean, but we're here. We're ready to rumble. We're talking about breakfast food.
We're thinking ahead.
All right to sleep after this. Well, actually, that's all. I probably want to get one more article done, but we'll see what happens.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to think if I have any like red line stories today, because that's usually something. But I think red line was pretty normal today. No characters. It was slow, of course, because it's gonna be slow. But yeah, no, red line was fine. Orange line, red line on the way back. I can say this. Usually when I come home on the red line, it's like 1 a.m., right? Which you might think, oh, that sucks. Kind of lit because it's empty, right? I get to chill. No one bothers me. I sit by myself. Today, it was like 9 or like 8:30. And so like there were still hella people going home for like the end of their day. It was annoying as shit. I didn't have a seat for almost the whole time because I'm not. Another important thing to note. and this is another rat move. If there is a person, an empty seat in the middle, and then another person, I don't like to sit there. I feel like it's a rat move to sit there, unless it's like
it's
obviously
a little
like,
different on public transit.
I can't do it
Unless
I can't do
there's
it.
like other seats, but like if you're like getting on the train or whatever, like nah. I mean, it's
I
just
won't
like
do it. I'd rather stand.
well, yeah, maybe you wouldn't, but like if I'm sitting there and somebody sits next to me, I'm not getting mad at them.
Okay, yeah, maybe. Excuse me, sorry. Maybe it's not a rat move like if somebody else does it, but I just like I won't do it. Like
You just don't feel comfortable. Like I get it.
I don't want to be that close to another person.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't like people.
Speaking of tough spaces, is I
Yeah.
went out today, went to get dinner,
Sure, yes.
and the place I went to, I must have drove around for 10 minutes trying to find parking. There were like 2 parties at this place, like birthday parties, maybe a wedding party. Cars lined all through the parking lot, parallel parked up and down the street.
Oh no.
10 minutes of driving. Finally found a space. So I'm driving down the street. I have nowhere to turn around. I see a space on the other side of the road. So I'm driving. I turn around, come back. As soon as I get back, somebody is parking in the spot. Crushing blow. Crushing blow.
That's a heartbreaker.
And then, do you ever get like pizzas with like untraditional things on them? Like I had barbecue chicken pizza for the first time ever.
Good, very good.
It is good. I never have it.
It's very good. Also good. Buffalo chicken pizza. Fire.
Yep. That was an option as well.
Similar thing. Actually, me and my friend Seamus used to do that quite often. We get pizza from a place called Pizza Depot, which is just, again, a local place. Sorry, it's on my throat. And they have a bunch of different, like, stuff like that, like variety pizzas. I'm loading up the website to see if I can find you examples. But
what's the craziest thing you've had on a piece of pizza?
I'm trying to remember what they were. That's why I want the menu.
They used to have mac and cheese pizza.
Yes, that is something. We've had mac and cheese pizza.
Excellent.
Specialty pizza. Let's see if there's any good ones. And this was like
plug for Pizza Depot.
Yeah, keep in mind this was like back in high school, so like they might not have the same things. There's like the Aloha pizza doesn't really count. It's like pineapple bacon grilled chicken. Not bad. Sounds all right. Ranch BLT, bacon, fresh tomatoes, ranch, lettuce. So it's just like a BLT on a pizza. Big Mac pizza is goated, actually. Have you ever had Big Mac pizza?
You've talked about this before, at least to me in general. I don't know if we've talked about it on here. Yeah.
Big Mac sauce. They got the meat, the lettuce. Oh, yeah. Here we are. Stuck in Idaho pizza. That's what it's called. It's got barbecue base, sweet potatoes, grilled chicken, grilled onions, cheese, boneless buffalo chicken, blue cheese blend. We got that as well. I remember. They have shrimp scampi pizza, shrimp garlic sauce, and Alfredo. They do it all.
No. Anytime I hear shrimp scampi, I think of Impractical Jokers. Have you seen it?
I've seen Impractical Jokers. I don't remember the episode.
They make his name's Murph, right? Or Murr.
Murr.
Sorry, I'm like real tired. And they make him like do a cooking class with Novocaine in his mouth. And he keeps trying to pronounce shrimp scampi and he's just spitting all over the food. So that's anytime I hear shrimp scampi, I think of that and it makes me laugh.
Oh man.
We did a number the other day, Jack. We ate a lot of food.
We got food.
We went out to eat. Jack came to my town, played basketball, and then afterwards we went and got something to eat. And we killed avocado egg rolls. We killed wings.
Good.
We each got a sandwich.
Yep.
Excellent. Good choice.
Very good.
Good choices all around.
Yeah, no, it was
Diesel wings.
Wings were very good. Avocado egg rolls were my personal favorite. Those were fire.
Yeah, I agree. Sneaky good choice.
Avocado underrated. I feel like it's gotten it's very popular.
I think it's properly rated.
The meme. I don't know.
I think a lot of people are enjoying avocados.
Okay, I guess. I don't know. I feel like it's gotten a bad rep from the stereotype. Oh, white girls love avocados because that's the thing. That like right. That's the joke. And so I feel like avocados have gotten a bad rep. But hey, avocado toast, very good. I love me some avocado toast. It's very simple. It's very good.
I don't know if I could do toast as a meal.
It's not
Even if like you have avocado spread on there.
Usually when I have it, I have eggs on it, so I'll put like avocado,
Okay.
like sesame seeds or like everything bagel seasoning, and then the egg on top, and like I have 2 slices of that, and so like that's good enough breakfast. You getting your protein in there and all this stuff, so it's usually not
That's
bad.
not
Anyways, no, it's very good. We can actually talk about the Celtics now.
We're too tired. Just do 20
Let's get into it. The Celtics, I mean, killed the Hawks. Like let's call a spade here. The Hawks made their run. They made their fun little, we're gonna fight back into this, cut it down to 12. And then the Celtics called a timeout and just clapped him again. You can be frustrated at the run, but John Corrales asked Joe Mazzulla after the game, was like, "Are you worried about it?" The run, and Joe Mazzulla goes, "Yes, I'm very worried about the run." And John goes, "No, I'm serious." And Joe goes, "No, I'm not worried about the run." He basically just like called him an idiot. But no, it's just
very
like,
unkind to John, friend of the show.
Yeah, friend of the show, Joe.
And I also think that's a valid question. As much as it's like a hater or like, I wouldn't say hater, not hater, overreaction.
Sure.
Like, it is annoying seeing that get cut to 12 after you're up 30 in the second half. Like, the production they got in the second half wasn't the greatest. They scored 74 in the first half. They finished with what? 1-0 something?
112, I think.
112. So that's less than 40 points in the whole half. Not great.
Yeah.
Not great. 38
not
points.
A good half. Not a good half, but they didn't need it to be a good half. Right? Like, it would have been nice to see them completely blow the Hawks out of the water and continue that. But realistically, like I always say, teams are going to make runs. It's about how you respond and maintain your lead. And that's what the Celtics did.
They did a good job. In fairness to them, they did a great job of responding when they got close. Atlanta cuts it to 12, immediately goes back up to 18 within a couple possessions. They have to take a timeout. And then they kind of ice the game down the stretch. Good job. But would have liked them not to give them any sort of confidence, any sort of, hey, we did this right at this point in the game.
Yes, but also, I said this before the series, I'm going to say it again now. Atlanta stinks. They're just not good.
They're terrible.
Like, watching them, they're like, and obviously part of it is because the Celtics
and Trae Young wasn't very good today either.
He wasn't. The Hawks just aren't a very good basketball team. And it's weird because on paper, we talk about they have talent. Trae Young, all-star. DeJounte Murray, all-star. John Collins, good player. Clint Capella, good player. DeAndre Hunter, good player. AJ Griffin, who didn't get time, good rookie. He's been good this year. Bogdanovich, right? They have guys. Jalen Johnson looked good. Sadiq Bey's out there. They like, it just doesn't mesh. They have no flow. It is if they're not getting a pick and roll lob to Collins or Clint Capella, it's going to be a bad mid-range shot or a contested three or a block at the rim by Al Horford or Robert Williams. Like, they're incapable of getting good offense against the Celtics defense. And then defensively, I mean, woof. Like the Celtics were getting whatever they wanted. Every time the Celtics offense went cold, Jayson Tatum or Jaylen Brown just walked to the basket and got a layup. Right?
Yeah.
Like
they
was
got
free.
right by John Collins. They got right by Capella in switches. They had no problem getting easy baskets today, which was great. It's actually funny when it was happening. I started to think back to the Brooklyn game, and I was like, "Oh man, like, is this actually gonna like bite them that they're getting good baskets? Because then they're gonna not get good baskets and then panic."
But then they went right back to it
a little bit, but they figured it out when
Atlanta went on the run. They went right back to getting the layups. Like, they went right back to attacking the paint.
I want to say this. Biggest takeaway from that game, especially in the first half, the way Tatum was used was perfect.
Yeah.
He was given not a lot of opportunities to try and create for himself. When he did, it was quick and it was to the basket. Aside from that, he was getting the ball in positions where he was good to score, whether that be on the block, high post, or maybe even a catch and shoot. You didn't see him taking a ton of follow-away threes. There was a possession, I believe, in the first half. Yes. He gets the ball, might have been actually right before half, 4 or 5 seconds on the shot clock. And instead of taking a sidestep three, he drives to the basket for 2. 2 weeks ago, we would have seen him chuck a 3, but he didn't. he took the extra initiative and went inside. So I'm really happy to see that. Happy to see the adjustment from Joe, which we've seen little hints at in the past. We have seen plays drawn for Tatum to get the ball in the post.
Mm-hmm.
But he was really great today, and that should go and be chalked up to the sheer amount of shots he got in the paint and the effort that went into getting him shots in the paint. That's how he's going to be at his best. You didn't see him dominating the ball. He was making quick decisions and getting the right looks.
Agree. Tatum was great. Tatum did everything right. He didn't actually shoot too well from the field, which is weird because if you watched it, like it looks like he had a better game. He shot 10 of 23, which isn't ideal, but 3 of 7 from deep. I remember Tatum actually did take one of those sidestep threes and he made it. And I tweeted out, like, if Tatum's making that shot even semi-consistently, I don't think there's a team in the league that can beat the Celtics, right? And that's a very niche thing to look at when you're considering it. But like, if you look back at the Celtics stretch of games from the second half of the season, if Tatum is making even like a quarter of those sidestep threes he was taking, the Celtics would have won 60 games, right? And this isn't like a shot at Tatum, right? People go through slumps, it happens. But if Tatum is going to get back to shooting like that in the playoffs, I don't think a team can beat the Celtics in a 7-game series. But the Hawks game 1 anyways, getting back on track. Jaylen Brown also very good. Somewhat of a slow start from Jaylen, but he really picked it up. He was getting to the hoop with these. He didn't take, let me fact check myself. He took 6 threes, which isn't a little amount, but it's not bad. 6 turnovers from Jaylen isn't what you want to see, but 12 of 23 overall, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, solid game. Tatum also 11 rebounds. Those two hit the glass really well. Tatum in particular, even though he finished
team as a whole did.
Jaylen. Yeah.
After we watched Atlanta pick apart Miami on the offensive glass and just murder them in their own building on the glass.
Atlanta still got 14 offensive rebounds. So it's like not like they didn't get any. However,
they did.
On their 14 second chance opportunities they had, they shot 4 of 14. So they stopped a lot of those second chance opportunities, which credit to the Celtics. They were putting in the effort, which was very good to see. Derrick White. I mean,
did he end up leading the game in scoring?
No, he was third. Tatum had 25, Brown had 29, Derrick had 24. But oh man, Derrick White is so clearly the third best player on this team. Malcolm Brogdon, phenomenal addition, didn't play super well against the Hawks, but he's going to be very useful later in the playoffs. We can talk about Marcus Smart in a little bit too, because he had a great game, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
It's funny, people were complaining about Smart on Twitter, but we'll go back to it.
Yeah, that's bogus. But man, oh man, was Derrick White. He picked them apart. Right? Like I was talking to Cam Tabatabai. I really hope I pronounce his name right on here. I talk to him all the time because we're in the game.
I think you did.
Okay. Well, I was talking to him and something he said was like, usually with these secondary guys, you see like, okay, Tatum will set him up or Brown will set him up and he's getting the buckets in the flow of the offense. Derrick White was just doing it himself. He took the ball, he created his own shot. He was playing off others too, but like he could get to his spot. He could drive to the rim. He could, he took a couple pull-up threes. He was just hitting everything and shooting 54% from the field, 57% from 3, definitely isn't sustainable for an entire playoff run, but you add in 5 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 blocks because of course, again, just like I said with the Jayson Tatum thing, if Derrick White's going to average even 18 points in the playoffs, like teams are going to be hard pressed to beat this team. And I know it's just the Hawks, and once again, the Hawks are bad. Like objectively, not a very good basketball team.
Yeah, not very.
Derrick
good.
White is disgusting.
Yeah, Derrick White was really impressive in this game. Again, like you said, he created his own shot. He also had 7 assists. He was there on the defensive end, blocking Trae Young early on. When you can rely on him, it's super important because his IQ with his shot selection is a lot better than a lot of other guys on this team. Derrick White is consistently working to get inside to the basket, get paint touches, and make the defense have to think. I think his size compared to Trae Young makes him even more dangerous. I think as the series goes on, we'll see more of that, as well as Smart trying to post him up. Unfortunately for Smart, he didn't have success in the post today. But White, fantastic. 24 points in his playoff starter debut. Actually, that's not completely true. I'm sure he started last year when Rob was out.
I think he also started the playoff with the Spurs, if I'm not incorrect. But in like his first playoff game of the season, there really isn't a way to spin it. Like it's just game one of the playoffs.
Good start.
Averaging
24, 7 and 7 or whatever he had.
5 and 7. This is very true. 2 blocks as well. Excuse me. Sorry. Shout out to Derrick White. He was very good. We can also talk about Marcus against the Hawks. What were you seeing on Twitter that was bad?
Well, when Atlanta got back in the game in the fourth quarter, that was on him.
What do you mean?
He came down like 3 possessions in a row, called his own number, and did not score.
Yes. Okay. Sure.
But there were people early on like saying he looked sloppy. Andrew Doxey even tweeted it. He said Marcus is having a bad game and they're still whooping these dudes. And I think you got flashes of both, to be completely honest.
Sure.
I think there were really awesome Marcus moments. I think he did a pretty good job at making shots on the offensive end. Wasn't perfect. Again, did have that cold streak that let Atlanta get back in the game. Really not great.
Mm-hmm.
But made a couple threes, a couple big ones to help extend the lead. He had 7 assists, 7 rebounds. Of course, had 2 or 3 great defensive plays, chase down block, overturned foul call that was a steal and save. You saw Marcus doing Marcus things, hustling, working hard. I think what he said about himself was true. He might be feeling the most healthy he's felt in a very long time because he looked like it. His body looked like it was ready to be sacrificed on the defensive end. And he had the opportunity to set up 7 guys with assists. That is a huge thing to me. I mean, you saw him make the nasty passes to Jaylen Brown. Really could have had an 8th assist if Brown doesn't miss one of those layups.
Backdoor cut's nice.
A really, really strong game for Marcus in that sense. He did turn it over a couple times. But this is encouraging. This is, regardless if you think it's a bad game or not, this is better than what you've been getting for the last month and a half since he came back from his ankle injury. He hadn't been the same. That's my guy, and I hate to say when he's bad, but he hadn't been very good, or at least as effective as he could have been in the last stretch of the season for the Celtics. This was not the perfect start to the playoffs for Marcus Smart, but it was a solid start. It was starting off on the right foot. He filled the stat sheet, 7 assists, 7 rebounds, was after it on the defensive end and had 11 points as well. I don't know what his shooting was. It definitely wasn't over 50%. But still, did not think there were too many outrageous things he did in this game, despite what you may read on Twitter.
He shot 4 of 11 from the field, so it definitely wasn't a good shooting game, and I think that's the one area you can look at and say, okay, Marcus wasn't very good. Did call his number a bit too much late in the game. 2 of 4 from 3, not bad. Like you said, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, obviously great. 11 points, but I'm really looking
turnovers?
At only 2.
Okay.
Really not a bad game. Fine from him. I'm really looking at the 3 steals, 2 blocks, right? A lot of chatter posting about this. This might have been Smart's best defensive game of the season. At least it's up there, right? He was all over the place.
Good time to have it.
Yeah, exactly. Hounding Trae Young, hounding DeJounte Murray. Great chase down block on Hunter. He was just everywhere on that end of the floor, bringing the energy. And I wanted to talk about this as well, so this is a good segue. The Celtics defense looked killer. Like I think this was the best. The Celtics defense. Why?
Rob.
Yes, Rob.
Rob's fingerprints were all over this game.
I think this was the best the Celtics defense has looked since the end of the season stretch last year.
Yeah, Rob.
Yeah.
No, Rob. Rob was all over the place. He had some super cool blocks, had a great game on the offensive end as well. But there was a stretch, he comes down, kills oh my goodness, Jalen Johnson, blocks him. Then next possession, Trae Young drives, sees Rob, melts, absolutely melts, turns the ball over. So back-to-back possessions, Rob makes an impact. And after that, he's just all over the place. He's getting rebounds. He's affecting shots. What did he have? 3, 4 blocks today? Al Horford was blocking shots. Well, it felt like 4.
I agree. I agree.
He must have affected twice as many shots. Al Horford was after it on the defensive end, too. Of course, Marcus had those blocks.
2 blocks.
They are ready to go. They're locked in. Good. They should be. They should have played like this all year, in my opinion. I don't see why they couldn't have. Rob being there, being healthy, looking confident, looking athletic is huge for this team.
That's why they couldn't have Sam, because Rob was like barely on the court.
Well, when he came back, they got worse.
Yeah, you got to get used to it. You got to ramp it back up. But no, yeah, the defense was like, you could just tell from the jump that the Celtics defense was completely locked in. The very first possession of the game, Jaylen Brown steals the ball from Trae Young, takes it to the other end, gets a layup. After the game, Jaylen said, like, was asked about the play. He goes, I just wanted to let them know from the jump that it was going to be a long night. And it was a long night for the Hawks. Like, they couldn't get anything. They couldn't get layups. The Celtics finished with 7 blocks, 2 for Derrick White, 2 for Smart, 2 for Horford, 1 for Rob. They finished with 6 steals. Like if the Hawks weren't getting blocked, they were missing a 3 because of the Celtics pressure. The only open shots they got were mid-range looks, and they didn't shoot well for mid-range, right? And Sam, you talk about it all the time, like mix the mid-range in. Well, you see what happens when a team forces another team to just take mid-range shots. It doesn't really work. Like, and I know it's not a perfect science, and it's just me being exaggerating. But for the first like 2 quarters of that game, they lived off of DeJounte Murray mid-range shots, Jalen Johnson mid-range shots, and the occasional lob play from Trae Young to Clint Capella. They started the game 1 of 16 from 3. 1 of 16. The Celtics were clamping everything. No shots in the paint, not allowed. No shots behind the 3-point line, not allowed. You want to take a mid-range shot? Go ahead. Did not make a lot of them. It was an absolute masterclass defensively by the Celtics, and it was led by the energy. You could tell they were locked in. You could tell they were getting joy from stopping the Hawks. They made it like their mission to, okay, the Hawks aren't even getting a shot up this possession. That one play, and obviously the offensive rebounds were a problem. The one play where they go through the whole 24-second shot clock, get a stop, and then whoever it was, a Kongwu or Capella or whoever, gets an over-the-back call over Al Horford. Al Horford grabs the ball, runs to the other end of the court, screams. TD Garden goes ballistic. Like, that is the defensive energy that this Celtics team needs if they want to go on a run. Teams can make their runs. Like the Hawks, cut 18 points into the Celtics 30-point deficit, right? They brought it down to 12. They're going on a run in the fourth quarter. Called a timeout, and obviously everyone remembers the 6-0 run, but mixed in there was a great defensive stop. They blocked him at the rim. Like, if the Celtics can pick their spots, and obviously you'd love it for a whole game, right? But naturally, like going up 30 points, naturally you're going to ease up at least a little bit, right? Like that's just what happens. They're talking about it late, like after the game, and Derrick White was like, we shouldn't, but it's just a natural thing that happens. Like we know we need to be better than that, but it's just like whatever. And stuff is going to happen. Even if they don't let up, teams are inevitably going to make runs. If they go on to face the Bucks, if they go on to face the Sixers, even if the Hawks get hot, the other team can go on a run. But the way the Celtics were able to phase out or like just lose focus for a second and then immediately lock back in on the defensive end, like when they're on defense, no one's scoring. You can't, like they make life so difficult. And again, I'm gonna third time. Hawks stink. I know. Not like they're just bad. Trae Young didn't play well. DeJounte Murray was meh. No one else was really doing much. It's easier when you're playing a mid team. But even if you go up against the Sixers or the Bucks or whoever makes it out of the West, if the Celtics defense is locked in like this, Derrick White, Marcus Smart pestering on the perimeter, Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum funneling in defenders to Rob and Al or whoever, teams are going to be hard pressed to score. I don't care if it's Giannis. I don't care if it's Embiid. It's going to be hell because like they are focused on that end. They are like, that is where they care, right? The offense is cool. They make their shots. They play good offense. You can just tell the way they're playing. It's like, all right, we're not letting these dudes score. And it's great. It's very fun to watch.
Yeah, even so, of course, they let them get close. That was more on the offensive end.
Yep.
31 points in the third quarter is not great, but they only gave up 24 in the fourth, which is
that's what I'm saying.
It's an improvement. Besides that first quarter, it's the least they gave up all game in the quarter.
19 in the first quarter is nuts.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't know. You can see that they have a switch. If you want to take a positive out of them, like kicking away a lot of that lead, it's that they have a switch. They clearly could flip it. We saw them flip it, like you said.
On both ends. And the defense was there too, but even on offense, like they were being lazy on offense. Marcus Smart calling his own shot, taking whatever shot they want. Out of the timeout, get to the hoop for a layup, pass the ball, easy shot. Like they just like got back to playing the right way. And like you said, it's frustrating that they just don't do that the whole time, but they can do it whenever they want, pretty much.
It's good that, like I said, it's good they have a switch. Like, good to see that they can lock back in. They can respond when the run comes. Again, you said it is Atlanta. You're right. Like, team sucks, whatever. Like, Trae Young's not playing a lot of defense. He was horrible today. They really didn't get a whole lot from any of these guys. Like, their best starter was maybe DeJounte Murray, who shot 10 of 25. Like, they didn't get a whole lot from anybody.
24 points on 25 shots.
Yeah, like not the best. Trae Young, 5 of 18, 1 of 5 from deep. I mean, it's going to be a little bit harder on Tuesday, you'd have to imagine, but they shouldn't lose a game to this team all series.
No.
With the switch, they just flipped and they showed us all, like, we can stop messing around anytime we want and take care of this team. You shouldn't worry.
And
do it. Go and do that.
And you're probably going to disagree with me because obviously you'd like to see this. I'm not sitting here saying they're going to go up by 30 at halftime every game, right? And they're capable of doing that. Clearly, they just did it. But at the same time, for as much as the Celtics defense affected the Hawks also just missed some open shots. And that's going to happen, right? Jaylen Brown said it after the game. Somebody asked him, like, how confident are you now that you've been up by 30? He's like, what does it mean to go up by 30? And Jaylen Brown goes, nothing. Every game is different. This team is going to come in next game. They're going to give us their best shot again. They're going to, make preparations. So we need to also prepare and make adjustments as well. And so this Hawks team is going to play better next time because, like, the bar's the floor. They played horrendous. They looked like the team that I said I'd rather play than the Magic, the Pacers, and the Wizards, right? Like they played like that team. So, pat on the back for Jack for calling it out, and pat on the back for every other Celtics fan in the universe for saying, give me the Hawks, please. And Bozo Hawks fans for thinking that.
Interesting takes from the Hawks fans saying.
Let me find this real quick.
If you've been on Twitter, you've seen what he's looking for.
Hawks Fan TV tweets this out before the game.
Hawks Fan TV getting a lot of publicity.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's like all the people on ESPN who like clickbait for stuff. All right, let's take a look here. So this is what Hawks Fan TV decided to tweet out. Let's have some fun. Look at matchups. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see the tweet, but I'll read it out for you. Trae over Marcus Smart with 3 carats, 3 better thans. DeJounte over Derrick White with a better than. After tonight, not convinced. Don't have me convinced, but we'll see. DeAndre Hunter, JB, better. Only 1 carat, by the way. Since we're comparing, Trae got 3, JB gets 1. Tatum also only 1 carat over Collins. Capella over Horford. Quite the take. Quite the take. Benches are equal, Sam. Wow. Benches are
equal benches.
Crazy.
Well, you have the likes of Sadiq Bey coming off the bench and Jalen Johnson, who shot 3 of 10.
Coaches.
But he did some super cool dunks.
That dunk was sick. I'll give him that dunk was sick. Coaching, Hawks over Celtics. Experience, Celtics over Hawks. Now, let me redo this for him. Let me fix this for Hawks Fans TV real quick. Trae Young over Marcus Smart. Fine. I'll give you 1. I'll give you 2 carats even. Right? Trae Young's an all-star. Whatever. Right? DeJounte will go equal to D White after that performance. They get to be on the same playing field. JB, he gets 3 carats over DeAndre Hunter. Jayson Tatum gets 7 carats over John Collins.
7 carats.
Al Horford gets 2 carats over Clint Capella. Celtics
you know bench, why? Is because he can do literally anything outside of the paint.
Yeah, and you want to know what he can do? He can do everything Clint Capella can do, and also a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah,
crazy. All right, bench. Let's see. How many carats should the Celtics bench get over the Hawks bench? I'm thinking.
I would say.
I'm thinking
Celtics bench
10?
gave you 17 points.
Let's take a look here.
Well, the Hawks bench actually gave them more points than the Celtics bench.
I don't care. I'm going 10 carats. Celtics bench over Hawks bench. Coaching. If you really want to put Quinn Snyder over Joe Mazzulla, I'm not gonna crap on you. I'll say one's a coach of the year finalist. So maybe we'll give it an equal. Maybe we'll do that. And experience, obviously, Celtics over Hawks. This was an obscene list. Like, let's just call a spade here. It's copium, and I respect Hawks fans for trying. Oh man, though, not a good look. After
No,
one, so
not
sorry,
a good look.
Hawks
Not a very good take, but
No.
his tweets just going crazy.
Yeah,
Everybody knows about this guy now. Good job.
He's getting crapped on, and
Rob,
like that, man.
by the way, on the Celtics bench that he said is equal.
So is Brogdon. Brogdon didn't even have a good game, but Brogdon's there.
Yep.
Brutal.
Grant glued to the bench.
I knew we were gonna go there. Yeah, Grant Williams DNP
hanging
first
out.
Game. We talked about this with Bobby, and Bobby said
good for
he
Grant,
thought
though.
they'd go to Grant.
He didn't have to pay to watch.
You gotta stop. We talked about this with Bobby, and Bobby was like, I assume they'll go with Grant, but they went to Hauser, and I mean, Hauser didn't play particularly well, and so you have to assume Bobby Kravitsky I was talking to about this. He's like, they'd probably go Grant in that spot next game, just to see if he can get hot, right? Because Hauser didn't shoot well, so maybe you try test it out, mix it up, and if anything, that's another defensive body to put out there. Although Trae Young tried to attack Sam Hauser a million times, and it just didn't work, not once in game one. So maybe you do leave Sam Hauser out there, but I have no problem with it. If there's any series for you to play Sam Hauser over Grant Williams, it's this one. You probably can't do it against the Sixers or the Bucks because they've got guys who you need Grant Williams help defense with. Maybe get away with it if the Celtics make it to the finals. But like, if there was a time to play Sam Hauser over Grant Williams, it would be in the series against the Hawks.
Yeah, there's really no concrete need for Grant Williams. If anything, not having him out there makes you better.
Wait.
No,
Grant
in this series, because Atlanta's bigs cannot guard anybody. So making them guard somebody that's smaller, that's not Grant Williams, is really rendering them useless. Like, let's look, right?
Mm-hmm.
Capella, 27 minutes, least of all the starters. Collins, 29 minutes, least behind Capella. Okay. Off the bench, Okongwu 19. And besides that, they didn't really play any other bigs.
Jalen Johnson's
that's because they can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's listed as a small forward, so whatever. I mean, yeah, they used him as big. But those guys can't hang. They weren't effective. John Collins was a cone. Capella was a cone. Mike Gorman was taking shots at John Collins.
That was fire on Twitter.
Collins heard from finally after he made a layup. It was the best. Really, not having Grant out there really makes Atlanta have to think. Really makes them have to shift around how they're going to want to play the Celtics. Because you can't afford to stick those guys out there on Tatum and Brown when they get switched. And Capella being drawn out by Horford, who's the second best three-point shooter in the league this year. Grant's not right now.
Now, do you know the phrase? What is it? The immovable, the force. What's the force?
Unstoppable force versus an immovable object.
Immovable object. Yes. So, what breaks first? What would happen if Grant Williams breaks out the tween hezzy step back drive by move on the cone John Collins? Does Collins get the stop?
No, Grant just dribbles it off his foot. I could guard Grant when he tries to do a step back.
Well, hey, you know what I'm saying though, because like on one hand you have somebody who can't play any defense, and the other one somebody who struggles a little bit with that part of his game but loves to show it off. I think we need to see it. I think we need to see the experience. I think the Celtics need to get up by a healthy amount in the fourth quarter. You need to leave John Collins on the floor. You need to get Grant Williams out there. Everyone else needs to stand at the behind the half court like they're taking a technical free throw. They just need to let John Collins Grant go.
If anything, you do have to shout out to Grant because he did do the super cool spin move ISO and then throw it up to himself against Atlanta's bench last week. So, actually, it's good that he didn't try it against the starters.
I love Grant so much. Oh, my God. He's amazing.
He looked comfortable.
He's something. Speaking of the bench, And this is brief. We don't have to talk about it for like a long time. I do want to shout out Marcus Smart because before the playoffs, you heard him saying like, I'll take a bench role if I need to. Like, I don't need to be out there. Like, I just want to win a championship. Against the Hawks in game 1, he was not the first guard option. Derrick White played like 10 more minutes than him. Marcus Smart sat on the bench for a long while, and all he did on the bench was cheer on his teammates. All you saw him, he was always the only, like the first one jumping off the bench. He was always the first one hyping everybody up. Like, credit Marcus Smart. He like genuinely looks like he just doesn't give a shit. He just wants to win a championship, which, like, again, you have to give him credit for that.
Yeah, he's essentially the captain. They won't say it, but he's a really excellent leader. I think that's why there's so many people that are drawn to him, the ones that actually pay attention to the games, that are watching the games.
Yep.
They see the type of plays he makes, like the ones he made today, chase down block, where it was a crazy block. It wasn't an easy one. It was like he had to perfectly time a swipe down midair while chasing down. The willingness to take a back seat, not that he really is ever in the driver's seat, but the willingness to have to come off the bench if it's closing time and he doesn't have it, and the commitment to winning a championship are really great qualities for a leader to have on a Celtic team. I've long said that I think he's the captain on this team. Even though they don't officially have a captain, I think there's a large understanding it is him. And
you think he was going to be it last year before all the shit went down?
Yes. Yeah. Which I still kind of wish, because I remember I had tickets to opening night and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get to see Smart get announced as captain for the first time.
I feel like they wanted to do, I feel like the plan, and this is just a theory, I don't actually know. I feel like the plan was to have 2 captains, and it was going to be Marcus and then Jayson, or Marcus and Jaylen, but then something happened and like the other Jay was like not happy about it, and so they just canned the whole idea. Like that's my theory. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I like they say something about having
2-person thing was true.
So like, and if it was going to be Marcus, that means one of the Jays would have probably have been left out, or they would have made it Horford, and that probably also wouldn't have, the Jays also might have said, "Oh, well, what the way?" Or not. This isn't me saying like the Jays are annoying or bitchy or anything. It's just like
it's okay.
I feel like it. I just feel like it wasn't worth.
Tatum never complains.
You're right. Neither does. Yeah, he keeps to himself, man. Keeps to himself. Yeah. I mean, really, not much else to say about that Hawks game. It was pretty.
Rob -7.
Dominant.
Sent him
Was
to
he?
the moon. Yep.
Crazy.
Only Celtic with the minus.
It's kind of nuts.
All these people that don't know ball saying how great Rob is, but maybe he actually sucks.
We talked about Rob for like 10 minutes being great.
Well, he came back and then they started to suck this year. And he has -7 in this game. The only guy minus.
Get out of here. Get out of here. All right. Do you want to talk about around the league a little bit?
We can do it briefly. You get the remaining 2% on my battery.
This doesn't have to be a long segment. Then we can do Allison wrap up early episode. You'll get a short one today. We can start with Nets Sixers. Not really much to talk about.
Who cares? Sixers. Ben Simmons didn't show up. That was the only thing to look for.
Is he not even on the bench?
Not that I know of. I'm sure we would have seen it on Twitter.
Lame. Yeah, Brooklyn Nets.
Sixers made 1,000,000 threes.
The Nets hung in there for a little bit. I do think they could take a game or two potentially. But they just don't have the offense. They just don't have, or maybe they don't have the defense. I don't know. They're just not good enough. Like let's just call it what it is. They're just not good enough. Knicks Cavs, good game. Really good game.
I didn't get to see it in full. I was out and about, but I was getting spotty service
on the train.
It was not. I mean, it was a 4-point game at the end. It looks like Mitchell helped them storm back in the fourth quarter, and they just didn't cap off the run.
Mm-hmm.
But, I really think Cleveland is the team in that series. I hope I'm not wrong. Because
you're rooting for the Cavs?
Then, the Knicks fans just don't deserve to be happy.
Oh, you're going to be mad. I'm rooting for the Knicks. I want the Knicks to win.
Yeah, well, you suck. And so does everybody else that's like, well, we need the Knicks to be good. No, you don't.
I just like Jaylen Brunson. I just want Jaylen Brunson to win a playoff series. I think that'd be cool.
I can't believe Jaylen Brunson is 6'2".
Yeah, he's our height, roughly.
Yeah, I can't believe that. He doesn't look like he's 6'2".
He's a big dude. Josh Hart also huge off the bench. 17 points, 10 rebounds, 5 of them offensive. A steal, 2 assists. He was huge.
What did they
for
give
them.
up for Josh Hart? Cam Reddish
and a first.
That's all right. I would
Good
say
trade.
the Celtics should do that. Yeah.
What, Pritchard in a first? Maybe. Who knows what Portland's doing though? They're weird.
Tanking.
Josh Hart was huge for them. Julius Randle was. Yeah. Jaylen Brown. Julius Randle wasn't.
He wasn't very good.
7 of 20.
No, he wasn't good. Really. I find that hard to believe. When I think of skilled basketball players, nobody sticks out to me like Julius Randle does.
Also,
because he's just so graceful in the way he plays basketball.
Another funny interaction I saw on Twitter. Knicks fans very quick to post Malcolm Brogdon's stat line from this game in the midst of the 6 man of the year race. Emmanuel Quickly, 3 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 0 of 5.
Well, no, I hope they give Quickly the award so they can hang a banner. Losers. If you care, like, even like the Celtics fans that really care, like, literally, like, do you have nothing else to do? Like, who cares? I'm so sick of these awards. Oh, I'm so sick of the awards. I don't have the energy to complain about it. Just know, like, if Brogdon wins the award, great. If Missoula wins Coach of the Year, great. He's not going to. It's going to be Mike Brown. Mm-hmm. Who cares, dude? Like, fine. If you really cared if Quickly won the award or not, you should have, like, tripped him when he was skipping on the garden floor.
Jesus. Oh man. All right.
Last game is lit. It's lit AF.
Kings, very good. Excuse me.
I didn't get to watch that one. I was so excited for it. I did watch the finish though.
Mm-hmm. De'Aaron Fox,
Mr. Clutch of the year, throwing up some really hard bricks.
Fox?
Yeah, he missed like 2 shots in the final minute.
Fox was phenomenal in that game. What are we doing?
I didn't watch the whole game. I just told you. But I watched the final 156, and he missed a bunch of shots.
Let me see. I watched the game.
Now I'm curious. Now I'm going to go on NBA.com, and I'm going to look to see what his shooting was in, like, crunch time.
I'm looking now. Maybe I'm tripping. I just remember him being really good. But I remember...
He had a lot of points. He did. He had good points.
He missed 2 shots in the last minute. You're right. But great game from Fox. Made a lot of big shots earlier in the fourth quarter. A couple big jumpers. I remember the jumper with 4 minutes to go over Draymond Green. That was huge. Malik Monk
in the fourth. I'll go after myself.
No. He missed some shots. He shot 1 of 4 to end the game. Okay. Malik Monk was huge for them. 32 points, 14 free throws, made them all.
Dude, if Malik Monk scored 32 points on me, you know how mad I would be?
Big night for him. Even tougher, Domantas Sabonis was bad. 5 of 17, 16 rebounds was huge. But if I'm the Warriors, I'm pissed because, like, they played pretty well.
Good chance to steal a road game when you suck on the road.
Exactly. And I picked the Kings in 7 in this one. That's my prediction.
I don't know what to think.
Very good game, though. De'Aaron Fox, 2nd most points ever in a playoff debut. Nuts that this was his playoff debut. He's very good.
What's the most?
Luka. I don't know how many he had, but it was Luka when he made his playoff debut.
It's not as fun.
No.
Let's see. 30 for Curry, 21 for Thompson. Neither one of those guys shot good from 3.
17
Wiggins,
off the bench. Curry shot 6 of 14. Curry shot good from 3.
6 of 14 is, I guess it is good.
43%.
I see that as a lot of fucking misses.
That's his average. That's almost his average. He averages like 13 threes a game.
I don't know. I know if I saw somebody shot 6 of 14 from the field, I wouldn't think it was good.
Well, that's different. That's the field.
It is different. That does not look like a good percentage to me when I look at the stat sheet. I know it is. I know it is in the 40s, and like that is a good 3-point
Even
percentage.
5 of 14 isn't terrible. It's 36.
Missing 9 threes is a lot.
It doesn't matter.
Those guys should have the ultimate green light.
Now, Andrew Wiggins, 1 of 8. Tough. Andrew Wiggins missed a big shot at the end of the game, too.
Yeah, big one.
Tough. Wide open. Jordan Poole was meh.
4 blocks, though.
Yeah, no, he was good. And you got to give him some time to get back. I mean, he hasn't played since February, so.
February 13th. I'll remember that to the day I die because I've read it 10 million times.
February 13th. Yes, sir. But yeah, solid games tonight. Excited for the games tomorrow too. Playoffs are fun, man. All the matchups are like at least a little bit intriguing, right? Tomorrow
No.
night. What do you mean?
Oh, you mean for tomorrow?
What do you mean? No. What are you talking about?
You think Celtics-Hawks is intriguing? You think Nets Sixers is intriguing? No,
Nets Sixers. I like Mikal Bridges. There is
it's not
intriguing parts.
intriguing.
I meant tomorrow's games mainly.
Yeah,
Lakers,
it
Memphis,
didn't
fun.
click right away.
Lakers, Memphis, fun. I do stand by it though. I think the playoffs this year, in the grand scheme of things, mostly like very good matchups.
I'm telling you, besides Cleveland, New York, the East sucks for first round series. The West is the complete opposite because
Miami, Milwaukee. Until Miami shows me again. No. Hey, Sam.
They lost to this Atlanta team.
Hey.
They got punked. Not only did they lose to this Atlanta team, they got punked by this.
Did you see that tweet? Someone put out a tweet.
You retweeted it. Yeah, I actually thought it was hilarious.
Miami should be embarrassed.
Yeah, they should be.
I will say though, Sam, you're forgetting one thing. That was play-in Jimmy Butler. Now we're about to get playoff Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I tweeted that, and then Granny tweeted it, and then everybody cared.
I know.
Not that he stole it from me. He doesn't follow me, but
Heat Milwaukee is only interesting to me from the perspective of somebody who covers the Celtics, because if Miami can at least make life annoying for them, it's a little something. Lakers Memphis is fun. Clippers Phoenix is fun. KD in the playoffs versus Kawhi is kind of hype. And then as much as Denver's probably going to kick Minnesota's ass, like Anthony Edwards is cool. Karl-Anthony Towns is cool. Maybe Rudy Gobert will punch someone again, right? Like it'll be fun.
Yeah. Super long reach.
It'll be
maybe he'll fight the Jokic brothers.
Oh, hey, that would be a storyline, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, playoff winner of the day, De'Aaron Fox. Gross, nasty. Love De'Aaron Fox. Anyways, you want to do Ratless and get on out of here?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's wrap it up in a second here. I still have to edit this, Sam.
Yeah, you have to edit it. I hope I did everything I could to like not leave you anything to edit.
I don't have anything. I'm just going right through. Do you have anything? Do you want me to start?
Off the top of my head, no.
Oh man,
I'm trying to think.
Oh man,
you know what?
Tough.
Yeah, I really don't have anything.
Oh no.
Let me do a quick peruse of Twitter.
This is our whole thing.
I just clicked the wrong thing, man. You got to be kidding me.
Sam's in shambles right now. I had one from this morning. I think it was a driving one. People just going slow in front of you again. That's obviously rat list. Going the speed limit, rat list. Parking on the line in an open parking garage. I don't care. Just get in the lines. So like there was some dude. Actually, it was at Health Track, Sam. The place we played ball. Dude parked sideways. Just
really
like across like 4 spots. Rat list. Like why? Like it didn't like get in my way, but it's just like a rat move. Like there's no need. Just park normal.
Yeah, there really is no need.
So that's the rat list for me. Just park normal. Park like a human. Come on. What are we doing?
You know, I just saw a quote from them that pissed me off.
Yeah.
Rick Barry, rat list. It's insane that they don't have an MVP for the Western Conference and an MVP for the Eastern Conference. How about I'm so sick of hearing about the MVP, I don't need to hear about 2 different MVPs. Because then I would really want to put my head in the microwave. Also, rat list Perk. I'm sick and tired of Perk trying to break up the Celtics. I don't think I rat listed him last time, and I'm really, really sick and tired of Perk.
What did he say this time?
Nothing in particular. Just over the last week, saying they would lose to Miami, and then he really, really wants Jaylen and Jayson not to play together for whatever reason. Every time he has the chance, he talks about it. I get it's his job. I get he wants us to talk about him, but I feel like when you play with a franchise that you get drafted by and you win a title with them, you really shouldn't be trying to speak as much nonsense as you can about them to try and mess things up. I don't like that.
You shouldn't be a rat. You said
Feels
it well.
Disloyal to me.
Agree. All right, that can be a short rat list. I'm tired anyways. Low energy pod.
You know what rat list is melatonin. It's killing me.
Did you take some?
No, but I'm pretty sure like we naturally make it. So
oh yes, that would make sense. All right, thank you guys for listening. Subscribe to How About Them Celtics on YouTube. We appreciate it. Leave us a rating on Spotify, 5 stars. Same thing on Apple Podcasts. Leave a review there. If you're gonna be mean to us, just do it in the YouTube comments. Don't leave a 1 star. 5 star, nothing. Be mean to the YouTube comments. That's all I got.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for listening or watching. If you're watching, then I'm sorry you had to look at us, two corpses. But make sure you subscribe to the YouTube, leave a like, leave some comments. Last pod with Bobby did well. If you didn't hear that, go listen to it. It was really great. More energy on that one. We had good questions for him heading into this series. On top of that, if you are listening, you can follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever it may be. Leave us a follow. Make sure you leave a 5-star rating, like Jack said. If you want more of our pod, at How About Them C's, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook is the name of the pod. You can catch our pregame streams there 30 minutes before every game, as well as the Heavy on Celtics Facebook and YouTube and this YouTube channel. If you want more of Jack, you can follow him on Twitter at Jackson1NBA. He was at the game today, got you all your post-game and pregame quotes from the press conferences. Hard work from Jack. And if you want more of me at Sam LaFrance NBA, I think I tweeted some fun stuff. That's it for us.
Tic-tac-toe.